How's it going, Charles Botenston? We're going to be talking about, actually, we have some housekeeping right now. I put out a video yesterday, and there's a lot of comments on it. And like I've said before, I think I said in the video yesterday, is that I came to that realization after years of people just continuously going over it, being, doing, having. In other words, yesterday I said there's 3 stages that you're going to go through in life. I called it enlightenment. I then changed the title because enlightenment, self-actualization, they're kind of being terms thrown around. But essentially, to happiness and freedom, that's really what it is. Happiness and freedom, you have the having, then you do more, and then you become more. It's who you become, it's who you're being. And I did a video about being, check that out as well, is that people are going through it and like, oh my God, I put out one video. You're not gonna get it. This has taken me years of just like, oh my God. And then I produced a video because it's taken me so long. All right, you're not gonna get it after the first video. You're probably gonna disagree with it. There's, a dislike and then comments on like, well, what about, listen, I'm telling you right now, just focus a little bit on the being, who you're being, who am I being right now? And I'm telling you right now, after seeing more of these videos about it and what I'm about to talk about right now, you're gonna notice, oh, I understand what you're talking about, Charles. It could be in a month, it could be in a year, it could be in 2 years, I have no idea. For me, on the bell curve, I'm on the extreme slow part. That's why it's taken, watch the language you use. So there's 4 parts to greatness. There's 4 parts to actually doing what you want. It could be the best, I know someone that watches this, she wants to be the best dancer. There's other high school kids that are watching this, or the best student, or the best athlete, or the wealthiest person, or you want to spread your charitable event or charitable cause. There's 4 things. One is you have to decide what it is. What do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do? Then you have to decide, this is my focus. Then you have a plan, and then you do it consistently. All right? It's pretty straightforward, but nobody does that. They're like, they'll do something consistently, but it's the wrong thing. They know what they want, they just don't do it consistently. You have to have all 4 parts moving like a cog in a wheel, just going and just going. So this is something that I've heard consistently and consistency. Those words being thrown around by the smartest people, by the elite athletes, by every single person. Kobe, before practice, after practice, during practice, watching film, like he made it like part of his blood. It was amazing. He was like a druggie and his drug was basketball. The guy just breaks down. Yeah, and obviously some people say, his personality's kind of an asshole and da-da-da. But listen, he's got a lot of rings to show for it. So people throwing it around, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then today, Simon Sinek, which actually he wrote the book right here, Leaders Eat Last. Unbelievable book, Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. He also wrote another book, I think around 2009, 2010, called Start With Why. If you haven't read those books, you're probably working for a terrorist group, because those books are amazing. And by the way, I'm joking about that before. Unbelievable. So he starts about, why do you do something? Like, what is the core reason? And I've talked about this. Like, if your core reason is money and fame and wealth and cars and girls and things like that and being recognized, you're gonna get there and then you're gonna be unhappy. I'm not saying to not have that as some kind of motivator, but don't have it as the main motivator. Jerry Jones owns the Dallas Cowboys, the stadium, the land on it. The guy is a multi-billionaire, probably, I don't know, $5-10 billion. He did a 60 Minutes interview. He still, at $5-10 billion, has a fear of failure. All right? So he chased the money. He said that. He literally grew up in a dirt road. All right? So I'm going to go to something, consistency. What does that mean? It's obviously, yes, you do it every single day. But Simon Sinek was getting interviewed on London Reel, R-E-E-L, like film reel, and he said something absolutely incredible. So consistency, you obviously know you have to do it all the time, but this is a piece that I've been missing that has connected in my mind. And like literally when he said, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, that's perfect. So he said, if you go to the gym every single day, you will get in shape. I don't know when, but you will do it. It's better than going to the gym once a week. And you're going to say, Charles, oh, okay, great. That's what consistency is. But what he said was he doesn't know when. And that's the difference. That is the difference. You don't know when. For me, how does this apply to me? Geez, now that I think about it, how does it not apply to me? It's like there was a time that I actually thought I was stupid, probably for the first 22 years of my life because I sucked at school. And then these things entered my life, books. And I read and I read and I read. I went to seminars and all these classes. And then it hit. And I just remember being in conversations and I'm like, I'm smarter than this person. Not like in a cocky way, but I'm like, it was the first time, like, you know what it is? It's like you're sitting on the bench on the basketball team and the coach just goes, you're in. And then you go in and you start scoring. And you're like, I'm actually pretty good. You get that realization. You get that confidence. And that's what happened to me is like, holy cow. I'm like, it was the first time in my life that I had confidence in the ability for me to actually interact with someone that was either a lot smarter, a lot older, a lot wealthier, really good in their trade. And I'm actually bantering with them and I'm saying, okay, I'm like, I can actually last in this conversation and I'm actually adding a lot of value to this conversation. And that was exactly what he's talking about is you don't know when. You don't know when it's going to hit. And for me, how does that apply to me now? I make sales calls every single day. Well, that's a lie. I don't, because consistency is I'm like, I don't know, like, why is this not working out? That's literally what I'm thinking is like, why is this not working out? And that's really the biggest part of it is that he says in there, he doesn't know when it's going to hit, when that big home or that big business or that big development, I'm in real estate, that big piece that you're looking for. You don't know when that's going to hit. And you've read in books, it's like right on the other side of all this failure is success, and you don't know when it's going to hit, and it's one call away or one interaction away, and then you're literally hearing Simon say, I don't know when it's going to hit, but it's going to hit. So for you, you don't know when you're going to get in shape, when you're going to get that A on the test, when that pretty girl is going to say yes to you, or that guy that you have a crush on, or that business, or that or your passion, or whatever. It literally is everything, you know? So consistently do what you want to do, and you don't know when it's going to hit. This is massive. I wish I knew this. You don't know when it's going to hit, but it will hit. It will hit. If you continuously go to the gym for a month, you will be a lot better in shape, a lot more in shape. If you consistently study for a month for something, you will at one point get an A. At one point, you consistently read for a year, you're going to be smarter. Anything you do consistently, it will hit. And if it doesn't, you're doing something wrong. And the parameter he gave is a year. And I agree with that because you don't, after a month, like you could be grossly out of shape, you could be grossly stupid, and, you know, obviously relative terms, but you don't know when that hit is going to take. That I read books for years, and then finally I was in an interaction, I was like, wow, okay. So I'll just go over really quick. The three things that we covered is, number one, consistency. You don't know when it's going to hit, but it will hit. And after a year, if it doesn't hit, after a year, it doesn't hit, you're doing something wrong. And then the other thing. So yesterday's video, I called it enlightenment, but it's really happiness and freedom. So you go through the stage of having, doing, and then being. Watch that video. I also have another video called Who Are You Being? That was very popular. And I got to tell you, it's not going to hit this time. It will hit as all these videos come out and I get smarter and you get smarter and everyone collaborates and we make this channel a lot better. And then the third piece, which is how do you get to success, it's you have to decide what you want. You have to have a vision. You have to then go 100 miles an hour at that vision, which is you decide to not go out with your buddies and drink. You decide to go to the gym and be healthy so you can have energy and start your business. The third part, so number one is decide what you want. Number two is decide that you laser focus. Number three is you know exactly what you have to do to get there. Make phone calls. Go to the gym. I don't know, whatever you want to do, you have to do it practice. Fourth thing is do it consistently. Sorry, it's been a crazy week so far. Do it consistently. All right. So I hope this helps a little bit. Leave the comments below. I know there's going to be comments. You know what I really like about the last video is that there was a lot of interaction. And that really makes the channel a lot better. And I'm going to do a part 2 from yesterday's video because I know there's a lot of questions. So subscribe to the video if this is your first one. Leave in the comments below. And social media. I'll leave you with this. I met a guy yesterday. I was biking down through work. And this is the power of interactions, is that I met a guy, he's legally blind. He ran from Santa Monica Pier to New York City, 3,000 miles. He ran 50 miles a day for 61 straight days. And I met him as he was running because he had an American flag. And I was like, yo, dude. And I'm on Snapchat and he goes, yeah, I just ran across America. I'm going down to City Hall. And I'm like, what? I'm on my bike. I stop and I'm like riding alongside. It's an amazing story I did on Snapchat. I saved the video because it's truly amazing. So subscribe to the video. All the social links are below. Have an awesome day. Do it consistently. You don't know when it's going to hit. And when it hits, you're going to say, Charles, you're right.